And what you guys are watching here is a bunch of losers from the first day. Both Hwasin and Pure both lost. Pure lost to Yellow, and Hwasin lost to Zero. Hwasin's lost a few times to Zero in the last matches I've seen against Zero. Zero is still playing very solidly and looking good, and he is always a choice, always a favorite of mine. So you can see pointing out the gas and whoops. The paper's flying all over the place over here. All right, Citadel going up here as far as the for Pure, and he has started to get gas, so basically trying to get everything going here to try to tech up faster. It's interesting, the food count has been pretty close to the same as expected. Also, as expected, Protoss is a little in the lead because of all the probes that they have to build. And we are going to see the robotics facility there, and I don't know if that is a support. Nope, no Templar
Yep,
Archives
there it is.
Support.
So,
oh yeah,
probably going to see some DT drop going on,
Yep.
getting the shuttle there, and also 2 extra gateways. I'm a little surprised with that. It looks like Pure's trying to get the economy the advantage just to make a quick attack. So basically, that extra money he's getting from that second Nexus is going to go towards a pretty heavy attack, I would say, with 4 gateways and DT drops. So might be somewhat of kind of like a bulldog, except using DTs in the shuttles, where you just kind of run in with everything you've got, DTs included, and just try to crush down on Hwasin. And that's could work pretty well because Hwasin did go for fast expand, so he doesn't have any turrets up, as you can see. Now, one thing though I was going to say about this map anyways, I really like Reaver play on this map. I mean, shuttles are good on this map in general. But Reavers are really good on this map because of those little mineral patches. Once they're mined out, you can drop a Reaver behind the mineral line and shoot around that. Yeah. And it looks like Hwasin is now getting up his academy, so he's not going to have scan for a pretty long time, and DT's probably already being produced.
Well, you did see an early armory from Hwasin, which was going up there that they were pointing out earlier. And I don't know if Hwasin is planning on just trying to rely on scan, and then if he is going to, well, there's the eBay going up right now, so he is going to get late turrets here, and these are going to be very late turrets. Well, I say late, I mean, this is definitely a very strong build here by Pure. He's going to go try to do the DT drop, just as you said, Steve, with a slow shuttle coming in here, and there is absolutely nothing to counter this, and I am worried here. We're going to see how good Hwasin can micro his SCVs and try to get around this. He does have tanks. He could try to use the tank splash damage. He is going to start getting up turrets right now. He has the comm set going up, and but how much damage is going to be done? The turret's going to go down. You see Hwasin right there. He knows he's late, man. He knows he made a mistake here in timing, and the tanks are going down. This is looking terrible, and coming in with Dragoons. This second base is going to be completely useless here, and he is going to be able to fortify his first base, but he is just going to fall farther and farther behind. The less time that Hwasin has a second base up, the more time Pure is just going to be piling on the minerals and the gas, and wow, these DTs are just completely going to town. Dragoons are infiltrating the second base. They're going to come up here to the top. There's a scan going off. That is his only scan, and he's only able to take out 1 DT, I think, from that. I think the game is going to be over here for Hwasin, and that is really too bad.
The game is over. Hwasin's lost all his tanks. You can see on his face just the devastation.
Wow.
Losing this game going to make him go down 0-2 in the group, which is really, really bad situation. You're pretty much out almost, unless the other players go, well, yeah, the other 2 players go 1-2. Actually, you're pretty much out if you go 0-2. I had to check on that, but man, tons of DTs in the main now. This game is over. Hwasin just trying to think about his loss here and then type out, but man, Pure just doing everything right. I think it wasn't necessarily like a great build from Pure, but Hwasin just did a very poor job of scouting this game from the get-go. He did a poor job of not checking the that bottom right base, and he sent his SCV to the wrong base. There's GG from Hwasin. So not only that, but after that, he didn't really follow up and scout after that either. So he basically played blind the entire game, and you just can't do that at a pro level. I'm sorry, but that's just poor scouting by Hwasin. So maybe taking for granted his opponent a little bit. But Hwasin didn't do anything wrong. His timing wasn't wrong on his build. That when you do one fact fast expand, you're gonna get late turrets. The problem was that Pure did this DT rush, and he had the resources to fund that DT rush because he got 12 Nexus up so quick.
I think that's a problem. Is that Hwasin I think should have reacted to the fast expand from the Protoss, and he could have put on some pressure. He could have at least maybe delayed it in going up, or put some pressure on that secondary, because right in the beginning, because of the expansion, Pure was a little bit weaker as far as an army goes. But you're right. Hwasin didn't scout that.
Well, yeah, he could have if he had scouted it.
Right. That's exactly
By the time Hwasin
exactly
scouted it, the Nexus was basically up, or actually was up, and Hwasin already built his command center. You're not going to cancel a command center that's already building and build tanks and throw down a factory.
Absolutely.
You really, so at that point, it was really too late. Hwasin failed, though, to scout that initially, and that was the biggest problem. And, you know, once he neglected to get a scout, you know, maybe he should try to get the academy up a little faster and be like, hey, I've really got to scout and see what this guy's going, you know. But he didn't. He just hoped and assumed that he was just going for the standard Protoss play or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, getting the immediate siege on the tanks would have warded off it if it was standard Protoss play and an attack with a couple Dragoons and a Zealot. But that's not what it was. So great play from Pure, moving to 1-1. Hwasin moving down to 0-2. Next game's coming up.